Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream where, you know, we go across the markets. We look at many different charts, not all created equal. Some big, some small, some with feelings of their own or something. I'm just kidding. So just starting with Bitcoin because you're obsessed. You can't get Bitcoin off your mind because it is so flat. But what the new established opinion as of yesterday. Hey, what's up, Joker, man? What's up, Joker?
Joker loves Hexlo tip $25. HDRNUs, please share.
We shall look at Hadron. Thank you so much, dude, for the 20 bob. Yep. I was floating between two levels. See what happened today, yesterday. All right, thanks, man. So, yeah, the kind of my consensus where we are, I think there's enough data to have a pretty decent understanding of what's happening psychologically between buyers and sellers. And I think we have a right angle descending broadening formation with a confirmed partial rise. And it's, you know, when you have a partial rise, you know, high percentage chance of downside, breaking the structure bearishly. And you just haven't really done that yet. I mean, you did with no follow through, right? And on an asset like Bitcoin, you know, largest crypto in the world, market cap wise, you'd imagine there's gonna be a lot of demand. So it takes so much time to absorb the remaining demand at this level before the VIX really spikes. Some sort of news driven catalyst causes that, right? And then Bitcoin gets flushed and we make new lows really fast, and the altcoins are down triple the amount of Bitcoin. It'll be one of those days. That's where I think we are. I could certainly be wrong, been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. But again, what you think is you just, as a buyer, you shouldn't be getting this much time and this much opportunity to go long. You shouldn't. It shouldn't be happening. If you were going to get all the opportunity, it should be very limited in time, where you don't really even get a whole day of prices being at the support, and maybe you do in the last time for the fake out engulfing, and then you rally so fast, right? But none of this price action's happening right now. There's I mean, how much liquidity is there in the system compared to when we had it back there? Oh, way less, ridiculously way less. So I think we're just waiting. Yeah, you could have a rally. I mean, my God, I think this is probably a valid idea until the partial rise gets taken out, right? I think, like, no matter where this goes, if it ends up making a lower high than 22.4, then it's still valid. Still a very bearish, a valid bearish argument for now. So that's it. That's Bitcoin. Starting with that. Let's go to Cardano, because Cardano had been doing some really bad things. You want to see it? We can look. Let me show you here. This is it, man. For the first time, I mean, I guess you got 47 minutes until the first time, because it's not confirmed yet. But in 47 minutes, it will be your first daily candle close below the high from April of 2018. That is a very, very real bearish breakdown of a key inflection point from multiple years ago. God, like almost 4 years ago. Dude, imagine owning Cardano back then, and then you still own it, and now what? What have you done? Wasted 4 years of your life.
Hit me up next time you're in Vegas, Mitch. Happy Wednesday.
What's up, Tommy? I'd say the same to you, and I gotta ask, like, why didn't you hit us up when we were in Vegas? I don't know. We made so many announcements. We had communicated about it. Oh, it's a shame we weren't able to see you, man. Thank you for the contribution. Thanks, dude. It's just FUD regarding Cardano. What are you talking about? You know, Cardano is just a bearish front runner. What was the first thing to top out in the whole crypto space last year? It wasn't metaverse coins. No, it was literally, or in 2021, September 2021, that was when Cardano topped out. and began the blow off top and the bear market. And it took multiple months before Bitcoin and Ethereum and many others truly topped out. So you just got to think, if now Cardano is finally reaching resolution before everything else, do you think that that's going to repeat again where a Cardano front runs the next move? It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just an interesting thing. I mean, that is a dynamic that is undeniable. Here it is. Your all-time high was September 3rd, 2021, and Bitcoin did not top out until November of 2021, when Cardano had already begun to blow off top. So interesting. Not much here, really, at all, till like 12 cents. I could be nice and say, oh, 19 cents, 14 cents. It's like one time in history, right? I mean, I know there's more data on other charts, not much. But this is kind of the gist of it, and this is why Hoskins & Son is on the thumbnail of the stream, because I think this is a massive development. I've been waiting for months for this to happen. Months, man. How in the F are you going to not touch it May 12th? How are you not going to touch that level July 13th? Well, now you are, and I just feel like, oh my God, man. I had to sneeze for 5 months. I had to sneeze 4 or 5 months, and now I can sneeze because it's happened. It's been touched. Now it's being violated. Okay, get wrecked, Cardano. Let's go to Ethereum. Oh, it's up 1.2%. Oh, I guess bear market over, chat. Is this a bull run? Looking at the daily, it doesn't mean anything. There's like no movement, right? I mean, you're just consolidating bearishly. You're not threatening your previous highs. This right here is pathetic. I don't care if you call it a pennant, a flag, a rectangle. That is pathetic price action after breaking your bad action magnet move, already establishing a midterm downtrend again. You have a long-term downtrend, midterm downtrend, short-term kind of no trend. But I mean, dude, just that right there is not what you're looking for if you want to majorly reverse and become bullish again. It's just not. Like, we don't even have to look at the 4 hour. We can. All right, still just skating along this level. Again, it's like, if you're a buyer, why would anyone that's participating in this market give you this much time to long something? Spoiler alert, I don't think they're going to give you this much time. It's not going to turn out like, hey man, we keep testing and holding the support, everything's going to be fine. It's a lot. So I just think I think everything is kind of beholden to tomorrow's numbers. You're going to get some massive volatility tomorrow, dude. You're going to get a huge pump and dump, or dump and pump. It's going to be insane. Someone's going to be on the other side of that and get wrecked. Okay, so I wouldn't say there's much resolution for the pennant breakdown yet, but you know, it's very subtle. You can see distribution going on this high and then the lower high and the same lows kind of. I mean, these are all higher lows than the first low, but again, I think it's going to require Bitcoin breaking down for Ethereum to finally catch the follow through that we've been waiting for, and $1,014 is the target. You're patient. BNB flat today. No movement, no bids. I don't know, just staring at this, there's no argument for really being long here or even wanting to own this. I mean, you can if you want to flip your coin. I just think, you know, ignoring classic distribution on an asset that is in a long-term downtrend, you've forgotten. I think you did forget. These runs get you complacent and make you forget. They do. The trend is still prevailing as your friend, if that's the case. 250, 220, 200 bucks in time. And that's going to be when Bitcoin catches its resolution finally. Finally, absorption of demand is absorbed completely at the support around 18,950 or so. And once that's fully gone by everything. Yeah, ugly, man. Look, you're like right, like 41, 42 on the RSI. BNB, we've already looked at ADA. We can look at XRP. XRP is up flat today. You still have that bearish argument that may not play out. It may pivot and rally and make a higher low and go again. Okay, cool. That's fine. But again, you can't get mad at me for just identifying something that's very real, which was the bearish divergence on the daily oscillators, the bearish engulfing candle that caught follow through yesterday on a close after a 70% run in less than a month. You can't get mad at me for identifying those things and telling you about them. That's what I'm doing right now. So when you're staring in the face of all this stuff, those are absolutely terrible areas to be taking fresh longs, even if it did go higher. Because for you, you're the trader, you're playing the numbers game. You have to keep doing smart, disciplined things, buying at supports if you can, or shorting at resistances, shorting at double tops with bearish divergence in well-established downtrends. Hey man, one time no one knows, second time everyone knows, and flush. Okay, so, but it's been bucking the trend, certainly. I get it. And could shock us all. Okay. XRP, Cardano, and then Sol. Sol, dude, up 1.2%. Oh, it's hanging on, chat. It's gonna do it, right? It's just, it almost looks like it's inevitable. It's imminent. It's like the time is upon us for the collapse. Right, where you've got a base of buying, absorption of demand, the high, then clearly, undeniably, a substantially lower high than this high, and this high was lower than these highs. In a way, it's like a pseudo right angle descending broadening formation too. Where you had like, and this is your partial rise, and now it's confirmed, and you're just sitting here. And I think it's just everything's holding on because Bitcoin's holding on for now, but the way Bitcoin looks, it's like, it seems like the probability is higher Bitcoin's dumping soon rather than pumping. So just have your alert set up. I don't know, maybe around $30. Because when you're hearing that beep, Sol is flushing bad. And you're thinking in time, 20 bucks. If you're patient. Okay, Sol, and then we can look at DOT again. Or maybe Doge. Doge down 0.66%. I think Elon tweeted and nothing happened. And you're still below 6.5 cents. And that joke of a structure we identified, the potential, never confirmed, inverse head and shoulders, failed. It failed because you could never break the neckline. That's how it works. So it's now invalid. There is none of that. And if you look at the daily, I think there's not much else to do besides go to 4.2 cents. Yeah, you can complete an 886, fine, go down to 5 cents first for a shark, but I don't, again, where Bitcoin, it's context. All these things are like set up and ready to dump, but none of them have really caught follow through yet because Bitcoin hasn't pulled the trigger yet. Because you're just still sitting at that local level, that 18,950. Once that breaks, it all makes sense why we would go lower on these alts. We looked at Ethereum, makes plenty of sense while we're going lower based on the BAT, big bullish BAT pattern completion done 2014. BNB showing the very real classic distribution, the bear shark, no one buying, right? Cardano's breaking its supports as we speak. XRP showing the bearish divergence, the bearish engulfing candle, the double top, potential double top. Sol looks like it's imminent crash coming. And now Doge looks very real, like we're about to collapse, but none of them that look like they're going to have yet. Just waiting on Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin does it, wave your hand. Bye-bye crypto market. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean or hurt people's feelings or make you sad or scared. It's just this is very, very similar tonality to moments of past on, you know, back on Ethereum when we were like, it was early June before Bitcoin and Ethereum collapsed, the altcoins collapsed. I mean, I went live drunk on a Saturday saying the very similar things I'm saying now, just because it looks so set up for lower prices. There's not much else to do but collapse now. Stage is set in many ways on many coins. That's kind of what's going on here. I bet we could look at others. Well, there's some that are already doing it, man. Like Algo, you know, it's going back down to 27, 28 cents. It couldn't break the resistance. It did it for a moment and then back tested as resistance. Now it's going back down to the bottom of the range again and could very well be done and then eventually be going down to the lower levels, right? Like 22 cents, maybe 17 cents. Atom's beautiful because this one's respecting the TA brilliantly, right? Third target of the bullish trade setup was 16.6 cents and then it double topped and then fell below the 200 moving average, bearish engulfing, and then the bearish trade setup performing very well right now, and it's at its lowest price. It's about to have its lowest daily candle close, truly, wow, since August 29th. And it's got way lower to go, way lower. There's no real supports here. Yeah, I mean, I think the target's 850 in time. If you're patient, you'll get it. Patience is paid off because, you know, well, the trade setup was posted right around like the 23rd or 24th of September. Yeah, so it's October 12th. So some of these already started. I think there are others, right? What DOT was another that was, ooh, I mean, I can't even believe it's hanging on the way it is right now. I think you're going to 553 soon. Once Bitcoin dumps, boom, straight line down. You'll flush. There are others, man. Many others. Yeah, KuCoin was another big one. It's crazy, man. For some reason, KuCoin's up 3% today. But don't be fooled by the 3% pump on something. It's so illiquid now. It's reversing randomly. It never really reverses here until you... It's just not doing it. I mean, I don't care about this candle. Don't care. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything right now, man. It'll be down 3% tomorrow, probably. Yeah. Things like KNC. I don't even tell you about KNC. It broke all its... Look at this range it had been in for God knows how long. I mean, forever, right? It had been in this range since May of 2021. Finally really broke it, and it's been catching fall through. And you're... Look how much further to fall. Further you are to fall. I mean, at least 89 cents, or 90 cents. October 2017 Valley, multiple times been tested as support and resistance. At least that, and then after that will be 69.58 cents. So you're talking about KNC with potential downside from where it is right now, another 12 to 13%. But if things get nasty, which probably will, you're looking at like 33% more downside here. Chainlink that looked okay. It looked okay, and maybe this is still going to play out. But dang, man, it's not invalid yet, but I have massive concerns on this asset. Truly below 736, I think you're only bearish. I'm sorry, 731. It's the valley. It's like the candle low close and the way it's a kind of a range, 730 to 763. You're below that, it's really tough to be bullish. And now you can see what's really happening here. Yeah, I know there's the harmonic. It could always go the 786, 886. I get that for the Gartley. It could. But what's happening locally is so bad. It's like, look, you have the buying climax in August 12th. And then you've had an attempted rally. And you've had 4 different valleys now. September 11th, 17th, 27th, now October 5th. And now you're subtly making a lower high. And so to me, it's like, yeah, I think you got some distribution going on. And there could be unlimited, there could be downside that takes you to the bottom at 530, man. So if all these ones look bearish, that's like why I'm like, if I'm looking at all these coins and they look so bad and so primed for lower prices, I'm going to be, you know, if it's controversial on Chainlink, I'm going to probably lean towards the bearish potential outcome more than the bullish one, which would have been, oh, it going a little marginally higher and hitting a 786. And yeah, hard. I don't know if I can trust it. You can't trust crypto right now. You just can't. You cannot trust crypto. All right. Litecoin was bear flagging. It still is, truly. Could never break this level. Oh my God. And I say, well, you're unable to break the level and then you fail again. And then this low is technically lower than this low, not by much on the candle closes, but it's there. And you're just bearishly consolidating well below the key level you failed to break above multiple times. It just leads me to believe you could be headed to 42 cents if Bitcoin flushes. I think that's where you're going. Oh, there's others, man. They're just KSM. Like, oh my God. Some of these lower market cap coins, I don't even really look at my other watch list that are the really scrub coins anymore because there's no point. There's like no one even trading them anymore. They're like dead. But look at what's happened on KSM just for the, just for the sake of education and the psychology of buyers and sellers. Where do you think KSM's going next? What did it do? It just broke supports from June of 2022, but not just June. Come on, man. It was a candle high close from September 2020. Clearly, there was price action correlation later in 2020. Then a support December 2020 multiple times. And then again, right, June 2022. And now you are failing to break it with like so much confirmation. You can see it. Anyone can see it. If I'm like painting it out and showing you and you're following along with the stream, you see that. Complete and utter failure twice. And now look at you. About to have your lowest daily candle close since September 20th. And guess what, chat? Below this level equals rates up, down, up, down, up. And guess what? Probably when Bitcoin flushes, down. $30 target. So that's 25% downside potential here. Easy. Wow, man. No, we haven't looked at total yet. We can look at total. Total, it's flat. It's so flat, dude. You don't even want to see it. Here it is, though. You just want to look at total for the sound clip, right? Jonathan, what do you think about the NASDAQ hitting its lowest low since November 20th, 2020 today?
I like turtles.
Oh, okay.
There's bears out here.
Can you look at Ford? Potential H&S buy puts?
What's up, Milk Football? Thanks to 20, dude. I don't know, maybe. We will look at Ford. I can guarantee you that. Can't guarantee you there's a potential head and shoulders, but we'll look. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Bro, if you're saying the DXY is done, we're just going to throw you into the graveyard of many thousands of people over the course of the year that said that the DXY was done. So you don't really know. No one does. The thing's a wrecking ball and it keeps going. But yes, we're nearing an 886 on it. I understand that. But to say, oh, it's done with any sort of confidence, you're just another number now. You're just a statistic. So target 838, 850 billion, waiting patiently for just a breakdown, man. Just TA being respected, levels being respected. You're in the middle of nowhere. You never like really pivot here. You've broken your consolidation. So we're talking like 4% to 5% downside. Not a big deal, man. Get over it. We test it. I don't know. We might react again, but if we ever broke that, oh my God, 763 billion. But God, man, KSM looks like death is upon you. 25 to 30% downside incoming fast. What just happened? Ugh. We could go all day on coins like this, man, that are just set for lower prices. They're kind of not quite doing it yet because Bitcoin hasn't collapsed. You know, like Zcash. Oh, it's just kind of hanging in there. Kind of just sitting at support. Oh man, what grandma can buy now, right? Because we're sitting at support. I mean, should we be longing at support, man? Not if like grandma can finally get on in, you know, at this support from history for the 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th time now. It's done, man. It broke down and it's back testing the breakdown today. But if you want to long it, by all means, man, do it in these market conditions. It's just, I'm telling you, just ugly stuff going on.
XRP downside targets.
ZK, man. Downside targets. I'd say minimum. I mean, if you're going for a target, probably 38.7 cents. It's an inflection point locally. It's like a 50% 618 retrace, you know, from the low to high. And it's low. It's deeper than 618. Wow, 50% retrace is here. I mean, looking left, 37 to 38 cents is the target. That would be like target one. This peak here. You can look at history. There are a couple peaks over there. Look, there's one from August 2018 and March 2019. But I would think once that breaks, you go right back down to 32.5 cents, or you see an 886 for an M shape. 34.2 cents. So you'd say, okay, 38 cents and change, and then 34 cents. But then if things got bad, 25 cents. My God. Which the good news is, you know, it's gonna, because of this pump, I mean, it'd probably fare better than others. Anyway. So since we're still on crypto, we might as well just go to Hadron and knock it out. It's a request. We'll get to the, well, again, man, I mean, I do appreciate the contribution. I just wish there was something, since the last, I think you tipped a couple days ago, and no test, no formal back test of 32 to 34,000 yet. That's what you're looking for. And if you're above that, you're okay. Below that, you're out. You don't want anything to, I don't think you want anything to do with Hadron coin below 32,600. I know this is US dollar coin. It's worthless though. And I'm not going to keep saying 32 thousandths of 1 penny or whatever. I'm not going to keep doing that. So, that's where we are. You're still above the level for now. You haven't broken. I just would be what happens to Hadron if Bitcoin collapses, which seems, if we abide by Thomas Bulkowski's principles, there is a 70% chance Bitcoin is going to collapse soon. That means there's a 30% chance, chat, 30%, not zero, 30% chance Bitcoin doesn't collapse soon. Probabilities. It's never been about certainties. It seems just more probable Bitcoin's about to collapse along with the altcoins. The altcoins are set up for a collapse. Bitcoin's just sitting out of support. It broke what we do know about Bitcoin is it is without a doubt below 19,650, 19,891, which was the big one for us. And that's what we keep saying about context. The context is terrible for Bitcoin. It may hold support here locally. That's all it's got. All the altcoins, not this one. This is a small nothing burger chart. The big market cap coins are all poised for a crash, collapse, dump. So what's going to happen with Hadron if all that happens? It'll probably dump too and probably won't hold 32.6. And I'll just be careful. I don't know, man. These are trying, troubling times. Okay, so that was a request. Do we have I think we had another one. Maybe we can knock it out if there aren't many requests. Hold on. Ford. We can look at Ford real quick. He said head and shoulders potentially. Nah, I wouldn't call it head and shoulders, man. Nah, it looks like an index fund, kind of a little bit of performing better. Like you have this, looks like a local support. You're holding it. It's like an alternate bat almost. You know, Buying puts on Ford at the support. Don't know, man. Isn't it better to be buying puts or going short when an asset after a scrub rally is regarding a level as resistance? I'm just trying to. I'm always going to try to like. Sometimes it can make sense, like after a partial rise of a right angle ascending broadening formation near a key inflection point, where you'd have a 3-to-1 reward to risk that played out. Okay, it might make sense near a support, but in this situation, it kind of seems like not the best area to take a fresh short or go buy puts, because you just missed out on a dump from at least the inflection point to the bottom. I mean, it went down 30% in less than 2 months. It's not a very, how do you, I mean, you could set up a stop or something above 1263, I guess, sure, but you get it, right? I'm just trying to reinforce if you're buying puts here, in ways you're kind of buying some, or you're selling low, right? But I get it. He's like massive head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and you're at the neckline. I get it. No, I totally get what you're saying. It's an insanely tall pattern. Insanely tall. Measured move takes you to lower prices than April 2020, I think. I get where you're at on this. It's not broken yet. So is it a confirmed head and shoulders yet? No. Not yet. It is not a confirmed pattern until we break the neckline, which you're thinking maybe this is the neckline. So it's not the best area to take fresh shorts or buy puts, but I do respect and understand what you're looking at, and it was your failed attempt to break key levels, right? You couldn't break this high from 2004, and then you back test it as resistance to reconfirm its validity as resistance. So, right, I mean, like anytime, have your alert set up below 1120, because when you hear the beep, you know what's happening. Pandemonium for Ford could be coming. But again, I mean, you missed out on a lot of the
RTO
dump.
on LSE. Daily, weekly, and historic chart, please.
What's up, G-Dog? Yeah, we'll look at that. Yeah, the ticker is F for the middle finger. Looks like Ford's flicking you off, saying F. Let's look at these index funds real quick before, because the requests will just keep rolling in like that. I think if they will, maybe I'm just trying to stay ahead of things. But let's go to the S&P, because this is a big deal. Chat, I need you to understand what's happened today. It's very, very bad.
Dollars im stonk doing things, or probably nothing may.
What's up, Jeffrey, man? Thanks for the American contribution. We will look at Zim. I think I looked at it or something. Yeah, look at too many charts. We will look at it. Thank you, dude. Was it yesterday or something? Okay, so something bad, really bad happened today, where the S&P 500 made its lowest price. Wow, on the daily, this is the I'm looking at the 3-day. Hold on, which is so ugly. But the daily, it was the lowest daily candle close on the S&P 500 since November 20th, 2020. God.
Casey W super chatted $49.99.
Let's go, Casey, man.
Hey Mitch. Sorry I missed you in Vegas. I was at the Pulse Chain /Hacks meetup a couple weeks before, otherwise would have come. Thanks for staying true to your community through a bear. You've taught me so much. Thank you.
The thanks are mutual, Casey. Sorry, yeah, you couldn't make it. Hey, great news. It went so well. We're certainly gonna do it again. I mean, I was stressed because I had never done it before initially, with the projector and a couple foreign variables I had never dealt with before. But now, man, we could do that anywhere, So at Vegas is a fun place to do it at, man. It's so yeah, we'll definitely do it again. Don't know when, but yeah, it was a smashing success. IMO, I think others would too. Yeah, thanks. So, did you meet Richard Hart? How'd that go? All right, so support resistance, the high from September of 2020 has been breached with candle close confirmation. Yes. bearish control zone. Yes, you're at 35 on the daily. Yikes. Negative momentum's building. There is, you are now, I think, in the crash zone, right? Straight up, down, up, down, up. Very thin order book. So the CPI report, hey man, we might pump, dude, and then we dump, but like maybe we fill a gap on the CPI report and everyone gets wrecked that was already short or something. They're not going to get wrecked because a lot of us have had shorts puts for a long time, or for a while anyway. So who cares? Don't like be screwed by this intraday bull crap. The trend is so bearish and we're in crash territory. Don't fight the Fed. You mean the downside is massive. Like you understand below this level, there is always 5.5% downside. And after that, I mean, like, I don't even know why I have this plotted this one peak. That's kind of, and I see some correlation, but if you just look at maybe some valleys here, because that's what you're looking for, like overhead resistance and then your valleys on the way down. I mean, if that 3386 doesn't hold, then 3232 repeating, of course, is your next target. So just kind of get where we are. We're in October. That's normally when that's historically when really bad things happen. I hope it's not set up for next Monday. You know what next Monday is? That's my birthday. And it's like kind of the anniversary of Black Monday in 1987, because the first trading day of my life was Black Monday, October 19th, 1987. I was born on a Saturday, Sunday, Black Monday. So that would be, I mean, actually, I wouldn't really mind. It'd be kind of crazy. I would actually prefer a Black Monday on my birthday. It'd be fun. Bread, I mean, 19 cents is a peak. 12 cents is a peak. Those are levels to be looking for. I know someone had identified a harmonic, maybe 34 cents or something. But sure, short term. But I'm thinking long term, way further to go. Insanely lower on Cardano. So that's it, man. That's your S&P. Really bad. Hey, man. If you're smoking hopium, you better be smoking and hoping for a CPI report tomorrow that it's just the algos are going to react. It's going to be volatile up and down. Just please don't like try to take a position based on that volatility. You are going to get destroyed. Just remember the TA. Remember the trend we're in. Remember the Fed and their policy, what they're trying to do right now. They need this thing to go lower. They need more layoffs, and they're doing a good job. I mean, every day, mass layoffs, right? Hiring freezes and layoffs. Intel, yesterday, they're laying off a massive amount of people. Facebook or Meta, whatever, all of them starting to do it. And the lower these charts go, the higher the probability these massive companies will be cutting jobs. And that's what they're going for. And this is going to curb inflation, kill demand. So people aren't buying as much stuff, right? Here's your Dow Jones. Really bad, I would think. I mean, you're still below 29,564. You were so weak today that the buyers could not even push the price to that level to test it again.
Slam on the weekly. Curious if this 10-month distribution is an area for a position trade or if the 2021 pump is done. Thanks for the stream.
What's up, Mom? Mom? Appreciate it. Thanks for the 20. Yeah, we'll look at that. Toronto Stock Exchange. Yeah, I think when you're below this level, you're probably destined for way lower prices. If you stay below it long enough, you're in the bearish control zone perfectly, like 38. But yes, there's always the offshoot chance that somehow you hold this level and rally with a one low and a second low. Yeah, it's fill a gap maybe at 29.9. And the only reason probably just be the CPI report, short squeezes and all that, flushing out people, inducing buying from scrub retail that think the bottom's in or something. That'd be it. Sub-element OP. NASDAQ truly in a precarious situation where you understand there is nothing here really. 98.34 is a target. It's a joke target, and the harder targets are way lower in the 8,000s, 8100s, 8200s. That's it. It's kind of that simple. You don't really have much of any support left. It's over. It's a bearish breakdown. It's confirmed. You're continuing to stay confirmed as a bearish breakdown on these index funds. That's it. Rest 2000 as well. It's below the key levels. It is. You can see right there. You're below them right now. You stay below them long enough, you're going to see fresh lows 1600. And if you don't hold 1600, a lot of peaks there. Then you see the valleys. You see 1464 eventually. Yeah. That's it. Had gold dude today, man. Whoa. Well, gold had a good day. It engulfed, but it's still below 1677, 1682 for now. Still is. Not above it. So.
I've lost quite a lot. What's a good short to make on a swing trade?
What's up, Fred? It must be your first stream here, I guess. Did you just find me, man? Well, some people have requested some stuff, so we'll look at it. And a lot of, like, I mean, you know, a lot of what I do is I teach you in here. You know, we'll look at a lot of assets, and most of them at any given time are not representing a good fresh short or long at that current time, but there are some, and it requires a lot of scanning. And I'm trying to make you self-reliant as a trader, and eventually you'll be able to identify good opportunities for shorts or longs. But and you can join the, you know, I have a Patreon where you see a crap load of my charts. I do chart dumps all the time, where, you know, I'll ping everyone if it's at a very interesting level for a potential short or long, you know. So gold's still below support, and maybe if you get back above it, we'll talk. But until then, a long way down, man. Long way down. 1500, 1450. Look, it's just history, man. It's not my opinion. It's literally what the chart does, what price action does correlated to certain key levels, inflection points. And you're below the last remaining one. Silver, yeah, it did the same thing. Kind of like, it was up, man. Kind of. Not really. Not even. My God. And all you have to do is look at the monthly on this one to know how screwed silver is. I get it. It was trying to shift Momo, but then what'd you really do? After you shifted the Momo, God, this is so bad. When you shifted the Momo, now what have you done? You've attempted a break above a key level. You failed on the monthly, and now you're well below it. And it's like confirmation that there are way less market participants that own silver than they did before, right? You're still in a downtrend, and you've kind of double top. You want to see something that's similar-ish in ways on silver? It's so irrelevant to this, but not in terms of technicals. It's the same type of behavior as something like PNC, that free fall incoming. I mean, it's done for. Like, there's not really any support left. And your target's probably 116 and then 100 after this. But like, it's the same thing where you were in a downtrend, and then you rallied, and then you rallied again. You tried once more, and you failed for the second time. You failed for the second time. And there was hidden bearish divergence. My God, on the RSI. See that? But yeah, that's, and then, you know, when you fall below an inflection point, which silver's done on the monthly, we know that. We know where silver's going to like 14 bucks, 1387 or whatever, the 886. Anyway, continuing across the markets, we can go to U.S. oil. That still in its downtrend, right? And it's still in this midterm downtrend until it breaks these levels, these two peaks, you know. And that's it. It's kind of, you know, it was down today. And once if it breaks $87 again, it could be going right back down to $75, $78. Pretty lame. Natural gas. Perfect. Oh man, this is not good for natural gas. What's happening? Where are the animal spirits? They've left still. They're still out. 2320, man. You understand how important 2320 was? 2016 Valley, a peak from 2019 and a couple times in 2019. It was a couple times support in 2022 this year. But you're below that. You're below the 200-day moving average. The slanted head and shoulders is beautiful, and the target, the 100% measured move of this is slightly below 1828. So continuing to perform rather adequately, and this is a fractal. This right here is a fractal. We know, right? We are looking at this. Luna was set up almost identically to this. You know what happened to Luna after it made a high, then dumped hard, then rallied and created the head and shoulders? It went to zero, essentially. And it's not going to be the same on natural gas. Exactly. Not going to go to zero, but hey, man, it could rug pull where it dumps really hard here. I mean, think about the weekly double topping at a key inflection point after a massive run. Think orange juice, just to talk about it a second. Orange juice report came out that you're going to have the lowest yield of oranges since like in the 1940s. So you know what happened to orange juice? The Moon Boys loved it. The bull trend party continues, where you made your third highest daily candle close since going back to the 2016. And it looks like this is going to accelerate on that catalyst. That's massive. I mean, this could be going to eventually test 227. If we're talking about the lowest yield of oranges, like crop, right? Since the 1940s, I'm sorry, this was 2006. This was 2012. This was 2016. None of those times was the yield of oranges as low as it is now. So you just can't be surprised if orange juice futures goes to 226 and hits all-time highs. You just can't be. Not at this point. This thing's gonna pull a DXY of Bitcoin.
It's crazy how Pulse Malone Dogecoin chain token can do so well while the rest of crypto and stocks die. I think it has something to do with Pulse Bitcoin. Thoughts?
I don't know, man. It might have been all that money that Richard Hart made selling all his hex at 50 cents or something. And he's just taking that cash and putting in Post Malone Dogecoin coin. Thank you, dude. I don't know. It happens, man. It happens. But we'll look at it. Thank you. And I hope it's. Hey, man, that's fine. If you own that and you're making money on it, that's great, dude. We're looking at it though. I'm not denying you the request. Remember, you know, anything that Kush Balance is saying, what matters more so is he is contributing to the stream every day, right? This is a 100% crowdsourced stream, right? He wants to see Post Malone's Dogecoin coin. I'd rather look at Post Malone Dogecoin coin once a day than have to, you know, be sponsored by whatever stupid microtransaction mobile video game that other people, right? So I appreciate him no matter, you know, what he's saying, right? I mean, with something like that, it's not bad. So this thing's accelerating like the Jesus, and it could go to all-time highs. I would think it is because of the report. All right. Very notable. Should have put that on the thumbnail. I don't know why I didn't. Forgot. A lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff happening in this world. I think there's some stocks to look at that are, I'm telling you, bad. Really bad today on some of them. Okay. Let's look at the DXY real quick. DXY. Someone, you know, once again, someone has to say the top's in. Okay, you're just like everyone else. It's just like we're just gonna do it. Hey, could you? Because you know it's gonna happen again. It'll look like it's topping, it'll pull back, and then it'll pump again. But yeah, I mean, sure, it looks like it's stalling out a little bit for now, but the trend is not in jeopardy. The trend is certainly bullish still until. You know how trend reversals happen. We talk about it all the time. It's like a process that has to occur for the trend reversal, whether it's a blow off top, the attempted rally, when a lower high gets put in, and then a lower low. All right, potentially things could be changing, but then we need confirmation of sorts where you rally again, make a double top or a lower high. Then all of a sudden classic distributions going on, or confirmation of distribution from the previous high. None of that's, and lower lows, right? None of these things have occurred. So this thing is still bullish until the trend reverses. You can't argue with that. You're just saying that, and you'll say that the whole way up until you're finally right. But no one's going to care, because you can't show your math on why the top's in this time. Got to have an argument behind it, man, with traditional technical analysis, preferably. Well, here, it's mandatory.
Ethereum CPH 1 year and 3 meters on CoinGecko, no trading view charts, linked with CBDCs. Was pumping last month when everything was falling. Not a shill. I do not own any. Just curious on your thoughts.
If it's not on trading view, I'm not going to look at it. I can't. But I will be very happy to look at something that is on trading view, Corey, where I can actually utilize the tools and all that stuff. And you probably don't want to own it if it's not on trading view, just saying. It's linked with CBDCs. You got any proof of that? I mean, like, and if it's connected with that, would you want to have anything to do with it? Because CBDCs are like the worst thing that could ever happen to Western civilization is that. So I don't even care if it's linked to it or not. I wouldn't even look at it, so no one even in here gets even an idea of getting into it. And I wouldn't want to put my money in it anyway. I don't care how good it looked, because it's connected to that. That's like the worst thing that can happen. Let's go to Bitcoin dominance real quick. Go ahead and check that in a minute, but we know where it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what happened when or if Bitcoin collapses, which we just have a new daily close. I'm thinking when we get the flush, which all the altcoins are telling us we're about to flush out and get destroyed. I think when that happens with Bitcoin, this happens. I think you get a massive break of the upside, because maybe Bitcoin's plummeting, the altcoins are plummeting harder. Bitcoin's losing 5, 10%, 12%, but altcoins are losing 30 to 40% in the day of that happening, and you'll get a massive green candle. And you'll be breaking out of this accumulation structure.
Truth spoken here.
What's up, Bark Bark? Thanks for 20, dude. Thank you, man. Bark Bark Connect. Sorry about your Doge. Looks like it's ready to collapse. But isn't that good, though? I mean, like, really? If you like Doge at 5 cents or whatever it's at right now, you'll love it at 1.8 cents or 1 penny. You'll love it there, right? Yeah, this reaccumulation, to me, bottomed out again. And historically, maybe I'm crazy here. Maybe you're looking at something different than me. Maybe I'm blind, but anytime Bitcoin has successfully held this level, it's only done one thing. Eventually made its way up to 46.7 to 48.66%. That's it. If it holds, that's what it does. 100% chance it happens. Based on history, not what's happening next. I'm not saying there's a 100% chance now. I'm saying, looking back, that is the only thing that happens. So you could just kind of critically think here that it's more probable it's going to happen again because it held. And I'm just thinking the way everything looks right now, Bitcoin's going to outperform, but it's going to be when everything dumps together. Bitcoin just doesn't dump as hard, so the dominance goes up. Okay. I don't know if Hoarder's here. We can look at US dollar tethered dominance. That is still just, you know, it's above the resistance, holding resistance, rallying. In fact, let's get Jesus Chimes in here. New day. Not yesterday, but the day before, it was your highest daily candle close since... It was your highest daily candle close since July 12th. Yesterday, man. New day upon us. All right. We'll still wait on the 618 target. Been waiting. our whole lives. I think we'll get there. And if it outperforms, we'll go to the 9%, and you don't want to know what's going on then. Ooh. Okay. Maybe it's time now to go to, let's go to Bitcoin, because local only 8 stuff. Where on this chart, you know, excluding the local demand line and just have up the previous cycle top high, the inflection zone that you are well below, and you're, you know, you try to break it so many times and you keep failing and you just keep rolling over, and the VIX is elevated, and it's just CPI report tomorrow. It just doesn't look good, man. Really, really bad here, man. But it held, right? It past 2 days, the level been tested and it held for now. Yeah, we should look at the VIX too. Yeah. So just pay attention, man. You can rally. I mean, you know what happens when the stock market closes. Bitcoin just kind of does its own thing. But look at it, man. Since it pumped September 11th and dumped, it's done almost nothing. Nothing, man. Each candle represents 24 hours, which is crazy. Here's the VIX, 33.58 at a close. Just like same close as yesterday. Oh yeah, all eyes waiting on the CPI report tomorrow. When you're up at these levels, 33 plus, it's just any time could be the break. Because look, you have like kind of the same levels where it peaks out. Every time it sells off, it's showing accumulation, higher lows. So it's like a sell wall and accumulation. And eventually that'll break. And when it does, that's when really, really bad stuff happens. And, you know, I mean, whatever. I'm not like that big on traditional TA on this because it's so like, it could just be arbitrary. But any way you look at it, it's kind of like you go with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 touches here. You broke out, you failed, but now you've broken back out, you know? So it's like, interesting little supply line breach there, maybe. Corey, we can look at it. If it's like everything else in this market, yeah, you're probably in decent shape there, yeah. Okay, so we had a couple of requests. Let's check them out. And the first one up was RTO on London Stock Exchange or GDOG. Thanks, dude. Rent-a-kill. Rent-a-kill initial. What a name. Rent-a-kill. My God. Beautiful bearish chart, man. Oh, God. I'm going to be sick in a positive way. Wow. Nice chart, dude. Yeah, I think it's over. This thing, I mean, it might rally again, dude. You know, just to squeeze some shorts, but yeah, it's like you go to the weekly textbook head and shoulders. We could do the start there. Look at it. Look at this on the weekly, man. It's so beautiful. If you care about TA and you're not bullish biased, it's beautiful. It's ugly if you're bullish. It's beautiful if you're bearish, which you would be bearish here. You would not. Oh my God, dude. Like what it's holding on to. Look at these levels back from 1998 and 99, the tech bubble before it popped. Look what you're doing up here. Momentum is shifting to the bears. You are. Wow, look how, now this is all good. Probably the CPI report's going to make or break this, GDOG, on the weekly. Look at your 200-week moving average. You're about to be below it, and you are very seldom ever below this 200-week moving average. I mean, last time you were really being below it, 2013, 2012, long time ago. So, Yeah, I think you have like confirmation and distribution. Look, one high, no one really knows yet. April 25th, and then you know, in September, confirming there are less market participants that own the asset than they did during the buying climax in November 2021. That's around Bitcoin's time. So yeah, it looks like a very, very bearish structure has developed, completely developed. And resolution would be coming soon, whether it's a false bearish breakdown and rallies to moon to all-time highs, or soon will be getting destroyed. And you're thinking easy target. I would think the target that makes the most sense below 449 on RTO would be a valley from 1998, a peak from 2000, a peak from 02, 01, and 02, and then inflection 2018 multiple times, and then very close, that COVID crash low. Couldn't quite get it, you know. That's your target. God, I'm struggling over here, man. That's it. So that's how you, and guess what? But wait, there's more. I mean, let's be like for real here. Like the measured move is probably close to TA Tetris. It's lower. You know, the 100% measured move takes you to 250. But you know what the target is. You would be targeting for 288, 278 over the measured move all day. Wow. Great chart. Daily, weekly, historic chart, please. Here it is, your historic chart. Sir, satisfied? Do you need a cigarette on this one? It's disgustingly beautiful. Well, I have an alert set up for this one for Jeffrey, man, but the Jeffrey Yoon alert still here. No, it has not broken yet. Your last support. Still here. So what was the question about it? Doing things or probably nothing? Yeah, probably just like there's demand here because it's crashed so relentlessly. And yeah, at one support, there might be some bids there. You might even fill a gap, man. Squeeze some shorts. It would be tremendous if you were to get an opportunity there or at $28 to short, you know, like think about like it runs up, like the asset squeezes and does something like this. I mean, it might be, and then what if it did this, like kind of like Netflix did, you know, double tops there, then continues down further. So yeah, doing things, I guess. I mean, a lot of scrubs that have been destroyed kind of held today. Yeah, I would say meh. Certainly meh. But yeah, it's there, man. If you're holding the level $23 for a second time and maybe catch fall through, I wouldn't bank on it, man. All right, LAM. All right. Never been here. No memory of this place. Let's say you're in a lot of trouble here. Say lots of distribution and confirmation of that distribution, right? Look at it. You are in a downtrend. It's well established. And then what did you do? Luxuriously gave us what we needed to see how there are just less market participants. You were confirming more distribution here. First time, hey man, yeah, lower high, but you dump the rally, so rally. But then September 12th, oh no, twice, very bad.
Hey,
and
Mitch,
below
can
the
we
low.
look at TO2, iron ore, weekly or monthly chart? Requesting your opinion on the target for the next 6 months.
Iron ore. Oh,
Thanks.
yeah. We'll look at it. Okay. Thank you. Maui Junior. Thank you. You get like the price action. Not really favorable below this level. God. I would think like it's getting set up to go to 34 cents, which doesn't seem like much here, but I mean that's like 30% downside. So the weekly. We can look at the weekly. Loss of distribution, man. Uh-oh. Oh my god, look. So oh my god, dude, the weekly showing hidden bearish divergence. Very real, undeniable hidden bearish divergence, implying a continuation downwards. I love it. The hidden bearish divergence with visible confirmation high below that level. And it's like you have this zone here, 1 and 2 and then 3, and look at that 4. That's real, and you have failed that level. It looks like more downside's coming, and I would say minimum 34 cents if it ever breaks 34 cents.
If you look at UMC on the weekly, can you anchor your exit in March 2021? And if so, is this a bullish crab?
Yeah, we can do that, Balappa, man. UMC, no problem, man. It's a session top, Jesus, man. It's crazy. When you become session top, you are, well...
Crypto underscore hoarder tipped $103.64. Session top, 0.080000000 ETH.
Good God. Thank you, man. Well, never mind. It's crazy. I can't believe that Moon Boy's still there. But yeah, you're the Penthouse Jesus, recent, and the session top. I was just thinking, like, if you ever became the top Jesus, then all this is like your name's up there 4 different times. Thanks, man, for the 103. Yes, right. Session top. Get wrecked, chat. Thank you. Thank you, dude. But I would say, based on what's happening here, it is implying more downside next, and it's 30% downside to the next support. There you go, Mom. Thank you. That's a good girl, all right. Let's see. Pulse Malone Dogecoin coin. Let's do it, man. Yeah, wow, it back tested today, right? We look at it like daily, kind of. So you broke the resistance, clearly. And yes, you broke it 2 days ago. And yesterday you back tested it and you held and closed at your highest level since August 16th. And that's where you are right now. And if that is real, then 635 is next. Once you break 635, boom, 884. You just have targets. So it's doing some nice stuff today and yesterday and the day before. So vanilla, yeah, we'll certainly look at AMD. I mean, a dumpster fire, yeah. We'll look at the dumpster fire named AMD.
Can you look at AMD?
Yeah. Gary, the top Jesus is calculated by the single largest tip ever, right? Not cumulative, not additive. It's just a single. Throw it down. It's a one-time thing. Same with the Penthouse Jesus. The Penthouse Jesus is calculated exact same way. It's like a single largest tip. So if someone tipped 52.15, it'd be like you become the Penthouse top Jesus. But we know that's not happening. Oh.
DG on LSE Daily Weekly. Thank you.
So G-Dog. Yeah, we'll look at it. Thank you, man. So Post Malone Dogecoin coin could be headed to 635 if it breaks at 884. Boom. Wham bam, thank you, man. All right, Corey wanted Solo, which, dude, been 84 years since I've looked at Solo, man. Oh my God, dude, so bad. All right, let's go to it. Oh my God, man. So historically, you don't have any help really. Locally, it looks like Sol. This is almost identical to SOL. Wait, hold on, Sol. But you wanted Solo. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Wait. Dude, are you high? I thought I looked at Solo. So I'm like, wow, dude, this Sol chart looks like Sol.
Is that a joint?
You probably can't because stockholders, right?
I mean, it's legal, right?
It's totally legal.
God. Hold on, you're gonna give me a break here. Jesus. Let me check my notes here. Oh my God. What has this thing done? Sologenic? I don't know, man. Is it sologenic? It massively squeezed. I would say, I guess it hit the target. It hit the next key inflection point of 40 cents, I guess. There's no edge, right? You can't. Remember, even if you're talking about shorting something that went insane, you need, and it can massively reverse any time, but you're casinoing when it's a straight line up. You got to have a well-developed structural development, man. A W pattern, double top, head and shoulders, triple top, rising wedge with bearish divergence. You don't have any of that right now. You just have straight up, man, just pump. There's no way to apply traditional technical analysis to give you a discernible edge here. There's just not. All I can do is tell you about the levels. You are in the middle of two levels. It's either 32 cents next or 41 cents. If it breaks 41 cents, most likely going to 57 cents. If it doesn't hold above 31 cents, it goes probably to 20 cents. That's it. It's all about the levels when there is no edge. Now, some sort of, impulse. Sure, dude. Something like that. Yeah, it broke the resistance finally, man. It did it. That's what you're going to get on some of these randomly, occasionally. But good luck trying to, find them, because they're so rare. Remember, there's 18,000 plus scams, cryptos out there. So you to find the one that pumps, good luck, man. So Corey B, understand, man. Right, something like DTE. Okay. Hold on. Just give me a second. Gosh dang. Something like DTE. This is the stuff you look for, okay? You look for a impulse that happened, and then over a period of time, a structural development. Okay, DTE. You look for the bearish Gartley, the type 2 return or the confirmation high, the double top, the 78% retrace, which is the pattern completion zone of the bearish Gartley. There was an edge. There was an edge. There was an identified harmonic structure. Everything you could have dreamed of, right? And there it is. Right? A couple weeks later. It's crashing. DTE is crashing on high volume. My God. So those are the things we look for an edge. SO, LO, nothing to do because there's no patterns to recognize or identify. There's no confirmation. There's no edge. There's nothing. So these are the charts those are the best requests. When you find G-Dog identifying that massive head and shoulders slightly above a historical level, those are the best requests. I appreciate all of them equally, but what I'm saying is you can have a higher quality request on an asset when you've obviously and clearly evidently applied yourself, invested in yourself, you've on your own identified the things we look for here, and then you tip, and then we look at it, and I'm over here being like, dang, man, this looks beautiful, beautifully set up. You get it? Before, after, stuff like that. I probably wouldn't help Ashley at all. It's such a joke, man. Okay, it is time to go to iron. That's right, iron. TI. Hold on a sec. TIO1. TIO2. Well, this one's tough, man. I've got, wow. Holy crap. I've been here. I have memory of this place. And look at it. You gotta wonder, though. It's like, this is the buying climax. The bubbles popped. It crashed. And it crashed to hit a key inflection point, but rallied. And now it's breaking some demand line that goes back to 2015. You're breaking it, but if you're above it, 85, 55, you're okay. I think if you break that ever, you're in a lot of trouble. Maybe we go the weekly on it. He said the weekly and monthly, and that's what he's talking about. Yeah, there is bullish divergence that could be developing if it keeps going lower and stays like this. Yeah, below that 200-week moving average now. I'm thinking if you're breaking the demand line, you could very well be in 85, 55 could be in store. And I'd like to see what happens there. I'd like to see some sort of candle and start pivoting. There's no pivot yet, is there? It's just kind of like you're done. You're continuing to sell off. There's nothing there yet. But yeah, you are, without a doubt. MACD showing bullish divergence.
KGC just printed a monthly bullish engulfing candle last month. High or low? Support area. Start of news cycle soon?
James B, I don't know, man. We can look. Thanks for the 15, dude. We would definitely look. Bro, who are you talking to, man? What are you talking about me? Like saying, I mean, yes, it could be. I'm identifying bullish divergence and it could double bottom, maybe, but it hasn't yet. But you might get a closer entry to the inflection point, right? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's just X, A, B, then maybe C. You're working on C somewhere. So it's something to pay attention to. Something to pay attention to daily if you want to. TIO2. I was talking to Symmetry. Gotcha. Like, I'm just like, what? The monthly, again, like monthly is not great at all, really. Nah, I don't. Let's not look at the monthly and just look at the weekly. Yeah. Second test, I think you go a little bit lower. Right? You could lose a good 10% before you just hit the inflection point and get to the closest area to enter for a trade if you wanted to try a double bottom, right? So I would say maybe sit back, but keep it on your watch list, have some alerts set up on it for now. On TIO2, iron ore. Oh my God. What was the point of this? Balapa wants to look at UMC on the weekly. Anchor X from March 2021. Bullish crab. Oh yeah. Well, who cares about the crab? It's the Batman. It's the Batman. You know where this thing's probably going. Eventually, now you might react here. This is UMC on the weekly. You are sitting at an undeniable level of inflection from November 2002, July 2005, look, April 2006, February 2007, and pretty much June 2007. You are there. You're like at it. You tested it this week. which means yesterday you tested it. But look what also you're doing. For the past 2 weeks before, you were back testing the 200-week simple moving average as resistance. How often are you below the 200-week moving average? So if this thing reacted here and caught some short-term scrub bids, not going to be that surprised, because it's literally been destroyed. I mean, it could run up and test 652. Maybe reset the divergence plays out. It goes up, tests that level as resistance, and then collapses later, you know? But he's talking about, I'm going to do this for him because is this a crab? Bullish crab? March 2021? Well, I think since this is the low here, right? May 2021. It's too perfect here. Too perfect to be anything. Now, what you would do, what makes the most sense to me is the certain shark. It's the bullish shark pattern. Undeniable. Look at this. 886 full reset. Brings you down to 276. So once, it's all 535. There's no action to take on it even right now anyway, because it's only your first time testing it. It may bounce, it reacts, and ping pongs between two levels. But I'm thinking after you broke 786, it was more probable you were going to see the 886. But after 535 breaks, when it does, I don't know, the target's 328, which means once you break the next support that you have not broken yet, you're still above it. You hear me? I'm not saying it's going here immediately because it's been wrecked so long and there's some divergence, but you got 40% downside once 535 breaks. And that's about it, man. I mean, maybe 369, a couple other valleys. But yeah, there's a lot of downside on this. So that's what I think is going on. And he was just talking about, let's just do it like this. You don't even need a harmonic. From the low to the high, what? The 1618 puts you at $5. And the PCZ of that crowd would be $5. But if you're at $5, you got some real big problems because that's a massive bearish breakdown. You're breaking a key inflection point when you're testing the 1618 to 5. So let's just see, it's not like a very good spot for a long right now, but it's also not a good area to short either. You get it? You can be in those situations where it's like you've missed the downside on the way down, but at the same time, now you're hitting a support after losing all that value, and there's no confirmation that the bottom's in or anything. Macro's terrible. Oh God, yeah. It's brutal. This one's just getting destroyed, isn't it? Yeah, this was like really bad, right? It was like almost like just a old school rising wedge of sorts, maybe. God dang, man. Ugly way for it to end. Like a lot of assets, a lot of financial stocks ended like this too. Assets that are in the financial sector. Yikes, man. Stalling out like that, man. Ooh, stalling. Double topping. Whew. Ugly. Massive outperformance. Okay, after this, UMC is now AMD, which is in a lot of trouble. Oh God, man. 3 days though. I don't know. This kind of weird looking stuff down here. I don't know what to make of this. This might be a Japanese candlestick pattern. One that's one of those whacked out ones. What in the is that, chat? What is that? Wait on the CPI report, I guess. Pretty cool looking stuff. I don't know what to make of it. Don't know what's going to happen with this. But I'll tell you one thing, you are below a key level that you desperately need to get back above soon. And if you don't, you will soon be going to 4850, which is your 2000 all-time high. This green horizontal line right here. And its inflection point from even more recent history. So you either get back above 59.27 or you are certainly going to 4850 soon. But kind of crazy looking stuff, the 3 something, yeah. Weird looking price action here. But maybe I've never even seen that before. but you're oversold as F. You're kind of diverging maybe. CPI report might get you back above 59.27, but it's like, forget where it is now. How about we just sit in awe and bask in the glory of the bearish shark identified back in August? Anyone remember that? It was on AMD, it was on Nvidia, it was on others too, man. Bunch of bank stocks, dude. Let me find an actual chart of it. Oh yeah, dude, look at the, like, are you kidding me? Okay, you see it now. Here's the after. And then you've got the before. Hello? What the? Oh, I get it. I mean, imagine ignoring that. That was posted 8/20. Yeah, August 20th that was posted. And looked at in stream too. And I'm just like, it's the TA, man. It's the outperformance. It's the trend is your friend. I mean, since it completed its pattern, this asset has lost, since the 886, the asset's lost 44% of its value in 68 days. What? There's your AMD. Not much to talk about because there's nothing to do here. Like, remember, it's all about consolidation, impulse. Consolidation, impulse. The time to talk about AMD was late August. While that pattern had developed, we did talk about it. We were screaming about it. Nvidia too. And now it's over. Now there's nothing to do. But either someone could take profit on that after, shorting it or buying puts on it, closing out, and sitting and waiting for something else to happen. But that's all I got for you on AMD that has lost so much value. Okay, next one. DGE. Ooh, Diego. Ooh, this is my Diego mustache, man. My British Diego mustache. Oh, it's pretty fugly here, man. Wow. Wow. Super fugly. Yeah, I mean, you got very clear distribution. Ended with some sort of shark. Or Bartley. No, it was yeah, man, that was pretty close to being a shark. It didn't quite hit because that shows, and when you get close and you fail like that, that's kind of like telling you there's that lack of demand. It's like worse. Like a stronger argument. This is exactly what US oil did. It hit an 85% retrace. It never got to the 886. That's what this one did. And now look what it's doing. It's almost like a type 2 return at this level. Man, and it's not too far off a good entry, but the past few days is what it's been doing. It's been regarding the level from 2019 as support for now and the level from 2021. You can see it, but there's probably just absorption of demand. Yeah, there are higher lows going on. Someone would interpret this as a massive symmetrical triangle, I can imagine. Oh man. Yeah, think about that, right? The 886 was literally the supply line. Very similar to what Apple did and Tesla. But there, again, you're thinking about the psychology of the buyers and sellers, right? It's TA Tetris, perfect, but there was such not enough demand that it couldn't get to that supply line again. I think that's like uber bearish, right? You would think. And then the buyers attempted one more time and got completely wrecked. I mean, you know what this is, right? Can someone tell me what this is on the daily? It's perfect. This is a Japanese candlestick reversal that played out wonderfully already. Someone tell me what that is. I'm on strike till someone says it. No more analysis. Sorry. Till you give me the answer. Nope. Still not the right answer-ish. Nope. Paris, nope. What do you mean you can't see it? Fine. I'll scale in like crazy. Couple got it. 2 people got it. That would be, chat. Shooting star. On God. On God. So the distribution continues. The big boys are offloading their position subtly, quietly. No one's really thinking about it. I don't know, man. I don't really care about charts, but I guess I care about other things that don't matter in life. But we actually care about this stuff, and we understand when you make subtle lower highs like this over the period of months, if not a year, that's insiders selling quietly, offloading their position. The composite man, composite operator, getting the out. But they know this is coming. And we're identifying such lack of demand that the buyers can't even get back up to that created manufactured supply line. And that's a tell. And now we're type 2ing, confirming it below the 200-day moving average. And now just hanging on by a thread when this breaks, probably pandemonium, probably massive downside. And if we were going to target, I would think an adequate target from here would probably be 32.86. But then below that, a couple places you could say, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of resistance at 3,000. I would say if you were targeting for this, you'd get 32.86, then 28.67. This is very bearish, man. Very, and very good looking. Like, it's perfect. It's like not dumped too hard yet, but it's getting there. You'll start accelerating. Beautiful request, G-Dog. I mean, anytime you tip, I know it's gonna be good. And that's what you're going for. If you're newer or whatever, you're going for, wow, you're impressing everyone in here that's studied this stuff for years. And you're like, dang, that's a freaking amazing request. All right, let's look at KGC. James B. It was the last request so far. Maybe of the stream, who knows? Kinross Gold Corporation. Well, I kind of have concerns here. Because it broke a demand line that goes all the way back to 2015, 2016. 3 times tested, one including the COVID crash, and then rallied. Oh my God. Yeah, I understand it's like a 95, 96% retrace from that bottom. But the issue is like you broke the demand line and now you're rallying and confirming it as resistance now or something. What are you doing? Go the weekly maybe. Ah. There's like a crazy swing low from 1993. God. You're trying to hold it, man. There's no edge. There was, look at that. That's real bad too. There was bullish divergence, a ton of it. And all it did was manifest into a lower high and collapsed. So you are not in a bull trend. You don't do that. You don't show all that divergence and then collapse like that. So 340, if you don't hold 340, you could very well see $1.33 in time. But nevertheless, you're still above it. 340 is your cutoff. I wouldn't long it. Hold on, we got effing sirens again. Okay. That's kind of all I got for you on this one. It's at a low. It's at your initial low, right? Like the IPO, the day of. You're sitting there and you're holding it for now, but you're making higher highs, you're making higher lows. But again, this goes all the way back to 2016, and you did break that daily demand line. I just think if you have thousands of assets long, I'm probably not looking for fresh longs on. I'm probably looking for assets that have this, like, they're in the downtrend, it's well established, and they're making bearish sharks.
KGC on monthly.
They're making bearish ciphers. They look like the AMD or NVIDIA before they collapse, or DTE. Here's your monthly. And oh God, look at the 200-month moving average rejected like that. I don't know why this one disappeared. Maybe you might start developing hidden bullish divergence, but we have no idea. What if it has a bad month? What if it starts building negative momentum again? If no other time scale is giving you an edge, and only the monthly might give you an edge, it's not good enough. Too slow of a time scale. If you were going to take a chance, which I'm not telling you to, but if you were going to, your cutoff, I think, is below this 1993 low. I think below that, you want nothing to do with this asset at all. I don't think you want anything to do with it now, but hey, you're willing to take a chance, then by all means, but please protect yourself always. No one should ever be taking a trade without, if they're going to take a long or short, the next thing they do before they don't even, look away from their computer screen or do anything after you buy or you sell, you short sell, the next move is setting up the protective stop loss that is strategic. It makes sense because it's below or above a certain inflection point. And when it goes above that certain inflection point, my argument for being long or short deteriorates or completely is invalidated. And now a new argument appears, and it's to not be short or long on that asset. Okay, that was your last request of the day. So again, man, we're back on Bitcoin for a minute, and I just got to tell you, dudes, if the altcoins are telling us what's coming next, Bitcoin's going to collapse. Just about every large cap altcoin is implying down next, not up. Bitcoin's a little bit more of a mystery because it's sitting kind of at support, but hey, man, for us, we don't care about Bitcoin bullishly until it gets back above 19,891 and holds for a while. It can't do that. In fact, it's only testing that level as resistance and falling back below it. And now it's sitting at this local structures support, a buy wall, and you are almost completely out of demand. And when the remainder, I think the remainder of the demand will be absorbed very soon, and a flush will happen, and altcoins will be down 20 to 40% in a day. Bitcoin will be down maybe 10 to 12 to 15% in a day. You here won't be surprised, but everyone else maybe in the world will be, that didn't care about what we have identified. This is in textbooks, man. This is Thomas Polkowski. If you respect Thomas Polkowski, you respect the trend we're in, you respect the Federal Reserve's policy right now, there is no way you could be surprised if we wake up, Bitcoin's down 5 to 10% soon, and we've broken this daily candle low close from Black Saturday. It will always be called that forever. June 18th, 2022, Black Saturday. That's what we're talking about. That's where you are. It's very clear where the buy wall is set up, and you're just sitting there, and there's just no demand anymore. No more demand. Partial rise is confirmed. There is a 70% chance of a dump. 70% chance of this coming next, chat. 70%. There is a 30% chance that this happens. 30%. So the probability is higher that this is coming. It is not certain, never was, never will be, but this is as close to certain as you may ever get when we're talking about traditional technical analysis. I don't know, this or something like a bearish Gartley with type 2 return after a massive run. That's also high probability outcome. That's where we are on Bitcoin. No offense, if you're a moon boy, you're not a moon boy probably if you're watching this stream, because all the moon boys have been destroyed. We know that because look, you just look at all the OpenSea and Rarible. You look at the NFT volume down 98, 99% now. That's how the moon boys are gone. They don't participate in this market anymore. They just don't, man. So only those that respect the TA are around probably. Oh, Joel C. Thanks so much for joining the Patreon, dude. I can't give you the Jesus chimes that you want, but I can give you standard Jesus chimes. All right, thank you, dude. I'm in the chat for Joel C. Let's go, dude. Join the Patreon today, man. We all on the same page here. Nothing certain, but it is probable Bitcoin's going to dump. The altcoins are implying they're going to dump based on just traditional technical analysis. Long stream? Hour 47 minutes. Been pretty good. We've looked at a decent amount of assets. I didn't even get to look at the stocks, man. Some of these stocks, you don't even want to see what's happening. Look, you have like, some of these stocks are in the midst of crashing right now. It's like under the hood. You look at the index funds, oh man, we're kind of really bearish here. You're in the crash zone, but we're watching individual stocks on a daily basis crash. Look what's happened to this EXC. This is utility companies are crashing. Southern Company, a lot of them are just crashing. Look what happened today on EXC. Broke the high from 2019 and the pre-COVID crash high. You've breached supports today, resistance supports, capitulating through them. Bearish Mara Bazoo today, down 4%. But where do you think you're headed? Easily $31. Look, straight up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, you have a target of $31 from here on EXC. Parabolic uptrend was beautiful. And then the lower high, confirming the top, and then the really big impulse down, and then the momentum shifted bearishly. And that was it, man. Southern Company, another one. It is crashing. I mean, how is that not a crash where it's just straight line down? Topped out, and now is just sitting at an inflection point, just kind of closed at a low. Oh my God, like at its lows of the day. And if you break $61, nothing makes sense really until 54.60. Oh man, look at some of these. Look at this. Look at three falling peaks. Textbook 3 falling peaks confirmed actually yesterday on ANET, A-N-E-T. You know where this is going to go. It's going to outperform. I think it's going to go test $89 and probably see $83. 83.23 or right around there. I think it's going to these levels. ANET. This pattern's going to kill it, dude. It's beautiful though. XCL. Wow, how about that, right? How about one time, the second, and crash? Remember that time we were looking at REITs and we were like, hey, they're crashing. And guess what? They are now continuing to crash. Look at this. This is not a tepid S-coin scam. You're talking about in 58 days, lost 35% of its value. A REIT, real estate investment trust, man. Lowest levels since the nadir of the COVID crash, March 2020. And I guess that's gonna be a support maybe. I guess we'll just plot it for whatever, the sake of jokes. That's next. And then after that, who knows, man? How about IVZ? Another one. It was like lined up with the semis. This is financial investment managers or whatever. They had the same bearish structure that completed. And this is stuff you can identify, and it can be very reliable. Okay. And I even said in the Patreon when I ping people, investment managers, okay, about to manage another massive drop, and that was 820. Okay, here, I'll just show you the chart. That's hilarious. I actually made jokes on that one. Wow, I don't often do that. I'm scanning. This one was just so perfect, man. Look, this was it. We're about to manage a massive drop on Invesco and Larry.
See what happens, Larry?
We see breaking the channel. Oh, and you gotta see how bad this is. Like, what's this asset gonna do? It could go straight down to effing 1160. Could go to 970, and then way down here. And I think that goes back to, yeah, look at this. Oh, it's just, you're in thin order book territory, and we're talking historically. Right, I mean, 876 is the hard target here. Look, that's all it does. I mean, this goes back to 97, 98, 02, 2008 and 9, 2020. Okay, that's probably it, man. There's just so many out there that are like this. And when you look at these individual assets and you monitor them, you can clearly understand why and how all these index funds are going to be going way lower. Way, way lower. Oh my God, is it smart home? Smart rent? Oh, dude, you want to look at a scam? Here's, lo and behold, here's your scam. This is smart home. They computer communications. I was about to say commuterations, which is a mix between them, like all-time lows almost every day. Hey, it's a deep crab, man. Let's identify a harmonic here. I'm just, this is like 886, almost. It's like a butterfly. Okay, so is that a 1414? Let's just go with a 1618. The target on smart rent is going to be $1.67. Man, we'll be getting down to penny stock levels. That's where we're headed, man. Beautiful. Yeah, it is like ICP. Yeah, really, man. God. Bro, I'm just like, I love this stuff, man. Like, I don't care if it's up or down. As a streamer, it's always way more fun because when there's a bull market, the participation from y'all is way crazier, way more hyped and stuff. But for me just loving charts, this is equally as beautiful as a bull market, as a hyper bull market. It's the same. It's just, unfortunately, as a live streamer, again, it's just, that's the only difference. Anyway, man, it doesn't stop. Party City. Soon to be testing 116. When it tests it and fails, you go to a penny stock level again. Keysight. Oh, God, look at Keysight. You want to talk about a textbook, 3 falling peaks that was confirmed today? Confirmed today. You know how you measure the move of a 3 falling peaks from the high point to the confirmation line, which is the second valley's low? From the breakout, the 100% measured move of this pattern is 128. Go figure. Look at the next support, Larry. It's effing Tetris. God, you gotta love it, man. Below the 200-day moving average. It's like PayPal. Once this breaks, man, it's done. You're going straight back down to the, and you'll probably leg down after that, and eventually, Keysight will probably see 110. Yeah, massive downside potential on this asset. Yeah, it's just beautiful. All right, so I think we're good. I could look at this all. I could do this all day, man. But I'm gonna get out of here. I've been live for 2 hours and just know where we are on Bitcoin. All I can do is warn you. All I'm gonna do is tell you it's kind of like there's a 30% chance Bitcoin rallies off this low. 30% chance, and we go, man. We're going moon. But there's a 70% chance that we're going to break this soon, and all altcoins will collapse. So, game probabilities, not certainties, and at least right now we know our probabilities. All right, thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Y'all be good. Promise I will be. Till next time, respect the T. A. Crypto Hoarder tipping $103.74. Let's go, dude. Thank you, man. Crypto Hoarder for that last second contribution, man. Yeah, I have the notifications turned off. I don't know. I'll get them figured out on the thanks for watching screen. He says he's currently in that IVZ position, that incredible bearish structure. Well, it was, and now it's impulse. So well, he entered a bit late, but got a solid entry. Thanks, Mitch. He says, thanks for the 103.74, dude. Thanks for the 207.38 on the day, my man. Kangs, dude. Shall we elect Kangs tonight? Now we gotta wait for Bitcoin to collapse. All right, when that's the thing, Crypto Order. When Bitcoin collapses and the altcoins collapse too, that will be the day. We probably do a longer than normal stream, but I order, like I did that one time, we ordered the steak, the lobster, the crab. What were the other things? Other things too. All the butter, dip it all, have one fork full of all of them. Oh, the lamb. Bitcoin collapses, that's the day we do it. Okay. Steak for breakfast as well. Exactly. It's hard because I normally like fasting, old habit, but we'll do it, man. Thank you, dude, and just be ready. Be ready for all that. But tomorrow, understand volatility is pretty much certain. You're gonna get a pump or you're gonna get a massive dump, man. But the volatility, don't be trading off that. Stick to your guns. Understand whatever happens tomorrow probably won't be the case the next day unless we're crashing for real. We'll be back. Respect the TA. Gangs Waterman.
Then, just like that,
Bitcoin going to zero.